Alright, it's Friday and we made it to the weekend and it's almost Thanksgiving break and I'm so freaking happy because this has been like the craziest, most stressful week, time, anything I've ever had in my life. Like a past few weeks ago, I don't remember whether I mentioned this to you guys or not, but I received my final project, or rather my group received our final project for the Mechatronics class. And what we were tasked to do was to create an arcade game, like the entire thing, the software, the hardware, and the physical mechanical device itself. I mean, think about your normal arcade game. You got your buttons, you got your joysticks, all of which send signals to like a controller, a computer, a processor of some kind, which then like translates it to software and gives you feedback via like audio, visual, whatever it is. And also there's also the mechanical system, like the structure itself. And so as mechanical engineers in a mechatronics class, where we are learning about electronics, embedded systems, and software, we are tasked to develop an entire system behind an arcade game within like, I think it was like, what, 2-3 weeks, something like that. And so the Monday to Wednesday was the final days before the project was due. And they were also 3 days that I got no sleep. Like I'm telling you, Monday to Tuesday, I believe I slept from like 7 to 9 a.m. Like we somehow found our way into one of like the empty buildings on campus and found like this random bed, but the bed was like used for design purposes, like to kind of design things for like home furniture and stuff like that. So we found like a random bed that just had like no covers or anything. So me and my homies in my group just fucking like slept there and then got back to work when we woke up. And then Tuesday to Wednesday, we straight up didn't sleep. Like people went home at like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 a.m. and stuff like that. My entire group straight up didn't. We sat there with our faces in our palms, just trying to figure out this project. And like, as you can imagine, I mean, a typical task like this, like it's divvied out. Like mechanical engineers would deal with the mechanical system. Designers would then, or I mean, if you even go that far, but electrical engineers would then deal with like the electrical circuitry, like the system itself, how the mechanical interacts with the software, and then the CS people would then come in and program like the software side of the system. And that's how you get a smart product, a product that embodies like all those type of different like functions. But as mechatronics students, now we are tasked with having knowledge and being able to use and design the entire system as individuals, as we have the knowledge in all 3 different fields in order to create a fully integrated system. And so when you have a system as complicated as that, shit goes wrong real easily, and shit definitely went wrong. Like I was tasked with creating the DDR portion of our game. So we're talking like footpads, buttons, and a figurine that kind of like dances via servo motors when you hit the corresponding button. So essentially, the system will request a move from you. It'll be like the right hand, so like an LED will pop up, signifying that you need to hit the right hand button. And the right hand button, you push it, and it'll just basically like move back and forth, kind of like dancing and stuff like that via a servo motor. And like that system was, I mean, it was relatively simple and stuff like that. It was really quick to make a prototype, but once you get the final system and integrate it into a single box with everything else, just shit goes wrong. Like you plug the wires into like the wrong ones, like the right hand dances instead of the left leg. You blow a few like chips and stuff like that, hook it up to like the 13 volt instead of the 5 volt, you fry your entire board you soldered. Like shit fucking happened, and it was bad because just everyone was in the entire class was in like one small room, one small lab. There was trash everywhere, empty bags of chip in the corner, like cut wires on the ground, broken boards in the corner, like fried like chips everywhere, and then just like the whole place smelled like solder, burnt duron, sweat, must, sadness, and like people broke down and stuff like that. It was a really stressful thing, but I mean that is what makes it 218 at Stanford, I guess. Like the track is a pretty notorious course, And so, I mean, it lives up to its name, and it's only going to get worse and worse in the quarters to come. So, we go through it, we learn it, we get used to it, and we get better. Doesn't really get any easier, but we do adapt to it, and that's just the reality of, I mean, it's the reality of what's to come and what has been like my Stanford career and stuff like that. Shit's hard, and it doesn't get any easier, but you learn to live with it and stuff like that. You learn to adapt to it. But yeah, so literally, like, I don't know if I really conveyed that well, but like, guys, that was the worst 3 days of my life. I've never felt so stressed out so bad, ever. Like, imagine Murray's Superior mixed with like Suavecito Firme all into one, and just like 5 handfuls scooped into your hair, and you don't get shampoo to wash it out. Like, it was Murray's, it was Royal Crown bad. But anyways, this weekend's looking up. I mean, finally going home for Thanksgiving, spending time with my family and stuff down in Southern California. I'm really excited to go back home eventually, but I'm gonna go ahead and relax up here for a little bit. I know there's a Teaspoon opening up in San Jose, which is gonna be legit. Teaspoon opened up in, I think the first one opened up near Palo Alto, near Bihua, down on El Camino. And so that's been a favorite for us since like their shit's just so damn good. And so if they're gonna be opening up in San Jose, it's gonna be like super nearby. I'm like all for it. And there's gonna be a grand opening soon, and actually no, tomorrow. And I think I'm gonna go to that. Well, I plan to go to that eventually, or at least, and maybe it will happen. But other than that, excuse me, I need to go work on the report for the project. Like, gonna get that done and finally say goodbye to this project completely, which would be a huge relief for me. And then after that, I'm gonna relax, chill. It's a Friday, and it's always Friday night, so I'm gonna go do the things. And then after that, go and relax. But yeah. Anyways, peace out, guys. It's finally nice to have a vlog again. Like, but things never happen. It's gonna be starting again. It's the finals after Thanksgiving week. But yeah, other than that, have a good weekend, guys. Hopefully see you guys over Thanksgiving week. If not, have a good one. Enjoy time with your families and friends.